All right, so you know how everyone loves those big names from history,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like King Arthur
Sure.
or William
All right,
Wallace.
those larger than life figures.
Yeah, those guys who are kind of fact and kind of legend.
Absolutely.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive on someone who embodies that whole fight for freedom thing,
Okay. Sounds good.
Robert the Bruce.
Robert the Bruce.
So he's not just some mythical hero.
Yeah, not at all.
He was a real dude
A real person.
living in this really rough time in Scotland's history,
Oh, yeah. Late 13th.
as early 14th centuries,
Lots of fighting.
trying to become independent from England.
It's a tough time.
So this wasn't just about some land.
It was much bigger than that.
What was it about then?
It was about being Scottish.
Oh,
And what that meant when England was trying to control everything.
Gotcha.
And Robert the Bruce was right at the center of it all.
Okay, so he was crowned King of Scots in 1306.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty bold move considering the English were right
It
there.
really was.
So what were those early years like for him?
Think constant guerrilla warfare.
Guerrilla warfare.
Yep, they had to use hit-and-run tactics, ambushes,
Yeah.
using the land to their advantage.
Oh, so they could harass a much bigger enemy?
Exactly. It's like David and Goliath, but for years and years.
I see.
Bruce was always moving,
Right.
never getting caught,
Sure.
getting people to support him.
Wow, a real survivor.
Absolutely.
I read somewhere that those retreats weren't just random.
Oh, you're right. They were calculated.
So there was a plan.
Totally. They wore the English forces down,
Oh, I see.
used up their resources,
Beatrice.
and then Bruce chose when to fight.
Ah, that makes sense.
So it was all about knowing when to attack.
And when to just disappear.
You got it.
And this all leads to the Battle of Bannockburn.
Yeah, in 1314.
This is the big one, right?
Absolutely. It's the moment in the wars for Scottish independence.
So what happened at Bannockburn?
Okay, so Bruce is up against this massive English army,
Wow.
way better equipped.
So how did he win?
Well, luck was a factor, for sure,
Okay.
but he was also a brilliant military tactician.
Okay.
He picked the battlefield very carefully.
Wow.
A marshy area that messed up the English cavalry charges.
Oh, wow.
And then he used these things called schiltrons.
Schiltrons. What are those?
Basically tight squares of Scottish spearmen,
Okay.
all packed together, forming this wall of spears.
To stop the English cavalry.
Well, exactly. The English horses couldn't break through.
Wow, that's really clever.
Right. Plus, the terrain was already difficult.
All right.
So the English got all messed up.
And that gave Bruce's forces an advantage.
You got it.
So looking at the bigger picture, what did Bannockburn really change?
It was huge. It was a total power shift.
How so?
The English lost so badly,
Right.
and Bruce's victory gave hope to others.
You mean other countries wanting independence?
Exactly. All across Europe.
That's incredible.
It really was.
So did Scotland become independent right away then?
It took a little more time, but yeah, they got there. The Treaty of Edinburgh-Northampton in 1328
What did that do?
formally recognized Scotland's independence.
Because of Bruce.
Exactly.
It's amazing to think he was on the run,
Right.
and then he became king.
And won his country's freedom.
That's inspiring.
It really is.
So we know about his military skills, but it sounds like he was a good politician too.
Oh, for sure. He had to be to unify Scotland.
Right. He had to get everyone on the same side.
Exactly. He brought the Scottish nobles together.
Wow.
He knew military victories weren't enough.
Makes sense.
He needed everyone to be united.
To have a vision for Scotland's future.
Exactly.
It's amazing that he did all that.
I know. It's pretty incredible.
He really fought against the odds.
It did.
And it makes you think, right,
About what?
how these historical figures still impact us today.
Yeah, what can we learn from them?
Like, how can we use their
And
stories?
deal with our own challenges.
Like Robert the Bruce?
He adapted. He was resilient.
And he united people.
Exactly.
So what can we learn from him?
That's something to think about, isn't it?
I think so.
Definitely.
It really makes you think.
It does.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This was a great deep dive.
I agree. It was fascinating.
We'll see you next time.
See you then.
Bye.